Hello people, you sexy mother, how are you? Are you alright? Good to see you. I'm back, yes I am back. Like Bruce Willis in Die Hard 3, with a vengeance folks. Yeah, look what I've got here. I've got an Innocent Gun rum finish, oak aged beer, a full-bodied Scottish beer bursting with fruit and spicy notes. It's only a very small bottle, 330 ml. Unfortunately, it seems that a lot of the beers are now using smaller bottles. This ruby red beer is matured over the finest rum-infused American oak heartwood, resulting in a beer with a delicious, warming character that is bursting with fruit and lively spices. These vibrant flavours perfectly balance the beer's toffee malt backbone, making it an ideal accompaniment to game meats like venison or duck. Not going to be doing any of that. It's a sublime with matured cheeses served with a good chutney and relishes. I ain't got any of those either. I'm just going to drink it. Yeah, I'm back on the booze folks, and the reason for that is I am weaning my way off of the happy pills. Pleased to say, relatively back to normal, whatever normal is. So what else has been going on? Well, as I pour this beer, I shall tell you. I bottled this week a beer. Well, it's a sort of cider really. It's the Wilko's Forest Fruits. It's not Forest Fruits, is it? Is it Mixed Berries? The cider? I think it is, yeah. Wilko's Mixed Berry cider with a Wilko's light golden lager, and I brewed it at 20 litres, and I had a little bit of a crafty sip as I was bottling, and it tasted all right. It wasn't anything amazing. Tasted quite sweet. The artificial sweetness from the cider was still there. It wasn't as thin as I remember it, probably because I brewed it shorter, down to 20 litres. The first time I did that kit, I did the kit on its own with just sugar, as is the recipe on the tin. I didn't really know what I was doing then. I'd only just started brewing, so I'm going back a bit, and it was very, very thin. But a couple of friends liked it. I thought it was a bit kind of too sweet and sickly and artificial in flavour for my particular liking. However, I drank it and the mates drank it and it came out fine in the end. So I'm hoping it'll be okay. I mean, that's all I can hope for really, is that it'll be okay. Dave the Welsh Brewer is going to have a go at it too, only he's going to be using, as a result of me doing mine and giving him the feedback, he's going to be using a much darker ale, probably a bitter maybe, or you know, an ale at the far end of the bitterness scale, something like maybe a real ale, something like that, to use as the base, and he's going to chuck that in with the mixed berries. So it'd be interesting to see how that one comes out. As I said, my one's a little bit sort of nah, you know. It's not a cider, it's not a lager, it's a pseudo cider lager, and you could argue, can't really taste any apples in there either. Is it really a cider? Probably not. It's just a carbonated alcoholic beverage with a slight sort of artificial mixed berry sweetener kind of thing going on in there. But we'll see how it turns out. This looks pretty good. It's quite dark, isn't it? What am I getting off the smell? Not very much. A little bit of oakiness in there. And can I smell any rum in this? I can smell alcohol, which is of course rum. It's 6.8% now, so I'm going to have to go a little bit slow. Whoops. I'm going to have to go a little bit slow on this one. because I've already had a Brewdog Pale Ale, and that was very hoppy indeed for a Pale Ale. It was only 3.8%. Session IPA, sorry, Session Pale Ale it's called, and it was fine. It was fine. It was very hoppy. I don't know that it's sessionable. I'd probably only be able to have a couple of them before I got bored and wanted to drink something else, because it is very hoppy indeed, and it's fine. It's absolutely fine, folks. Very, very, very pleasant indeed. It tasted like a homebrew, really. It tasted like something I could rustle up, given, you know, the recipe. I could probably quite easily, given the recipe, any of us could knock it up, couldn't we, really? But yeah, you know what I mean. It's something that you could make yourself without too much trouble. But hey, let's give this one a little sip. Oh yeah. You can taste the rum in that, definitely. I used to drink rum many years ago, folks. I used to have rum and cokes rather than beers when I was a young lad, and yeah, I can definitely taste the rum in that. Slightly oakish. I think it pretty much is what it says on the bottle, folks. It's a oak aged beer with a rum finish. What would I mark it out of 10? Probably 7. It's not sessionable beer at 6.8%. You wouldn't want too many of these, but it's okay. It's okay. It's got some sort of spicy notes in there. But again, you know, that'll be the rum. If they've used a particularly spicy rum in there, it's probably the flavours from that. It's okay. It's fine. What else have I got to tell you? Well, in the Shed of Doom, boys and girls, I've got a wherry kit. I had a little sippage of that the other day. Really nice kit. Love it. Really like it. So thanks to Jack for buying me that for my birthday last year. I think she did. Bought it for my birthday last year, or Christmas. Can't remember. Might have been Christmas. And it's in the Shed of Doom, and I'm going to drink some of that very soon. Really nice. Very sessionable. You could drink quite a few of those, I imagine, and yeah, very, very nice indeed. Really do like that. I've also got a single hop Cascade beer that I made myself. Again, made it from scratch. You know me, guys, I'm a malt extract person at the moment, and I made that with food grade malt extract from a sale they had on at Holland and Barrett. A while ago they had a sale on their malt extract. You get a little tin, 454 grams of malt extract in a little sort of jar, and they were doing like buy one get one free or something, or buy one get one for 1 pence. Don't think they've got it on now, so pointless you going to look for it, because it was just you know, like a kind of sale thing at the time. So I bought a couple of those, and it's very smooth, very pleasant, and an excellent beer. It just goes to show you can use the malt extract from Holland and Barrett as well, or any other place. You know, I'm not advertising Holland and Barrett, obviously. I'm just telling you where I bought them from. You can get malt extract, Suma malt extract from Amazon. I think it's 3.6 kilos, something like that, for around about 11-12 quid. That's a decent enough price for that amount of malt extract. I think you used to get free delivery over a tenner, didn't you? But I don't think you do now. I think Amazon have put it up to 20 quid, which is a bit of a pisser. But yeah, they do that. So you know, worth doing that if you're an extract person like me. At some point in the very, very near future, I will be doing mini all grain on the stove. Yes, folks, I will. I will commit myself to doing that, even if I haven't got a proper all grain set up. I haven't got anything really. I will do a mini all grain, so you know, 4.5 litres, 5 litres on the stove at some point in the near future. So look forward to that, and I'll video it, and you know, we'll see how it comes out, because you've got to give these things a go, haven't you? However, I am up to here with beer at the moment. Not up to here as in sick of it, but I've got it coming out my eyes and ears and in the other part of me body. I've got a lager out there in the shed. That's really nice, that lager. That one took me a hell of a long time. And I used a proper lager yeast on that. That's the Cooper's Euro lager that I boiled up some extract on the stove with some hallertau, 2 types of hallertau, and yeah, that's really good too. And I've still got some cider out there, folks. Still got some cider. I'm not drinking cider at the moment, so that probably might stay out there for a while, or at some point I'm going to end up just chucking it because it's been out there for ages. And I've got an Australian pale ale that I did with a mixture of Amarillo and Cascade, and I might even have another kit or brew out there that I made myself. I have yet to go out there and do a sort of inventory of sorts to, you know, write down what I've got, so that when I go out there I can find a beer and know that I can, you know, be choosy about what I can drink that time of the day or night or whenever I have a beer. But yeah, it's all good, folks. So there's going to be a very limited amount of brewing over the course of the next few weeks, because I'm literally going to be wading my way through the shed and some of those beers. But I will do reviews on them. When I grab one out of the shed, I'll get the Cascade beer out, I'll get the Wherry out, we'll go through it, and we'll have a little bit of a chat about whether, you know, it's your kind of thing or not, whether it's my kind of thing or not. Obviously it's my kind of thing because I brewed them. And I really do like some of those beers. And you know, we do the usual sort of banter, load of old bollocks nonsense. Now, talking about load of old bollocks nonsense, I want to tell you a story. Yeah. I want to tell you a story, as Max Bygraves would say, except he wouldn't now because he's probably dead, isn't he? Now, you fellas out there that work, or you know, even if you don't work, you will know that at some point in your career you have to have a curriculum vitae, otherwise known as a CV. Okay, and on your CV, of course, you put a history of what you have done throughout your career, the kind of things that you think would be interesting to a future employer. Now, I had a discussion with an agent. Unfortunately, when you're trying to find a job in IT, you have to go through loads and loads of agencies, and you end up telling them the same story over and over again. It gets very boring. However, I spoke to an agency a while ago, and they suggested, because I've been out of work for quite a while, that I put something on the CV like, during this date and that date, I took a sabbatical. In other words, I took myself away from, you know, my career to concentrate on doing some other things, like doing a course, Microsoft course, which is what I did, and also a psychology course, which is what I did. So I put those down on the CV, and I did this between date A and date B. I didn't really think anything of it. Apply for jobs as I normally do. 15 jobs applied for last week, not heard from any of them. This week I've applied for probably 7 or 8 so far, and it's only Wednesday, so there's still time to apply for more towards the end of the week. And these are really low paid jobs that I'm applying for now, folks, because, you know, I just want a job now, and it's getting bloody ridiculous. So anyway, I had an agency phone me about a job I'd applied for, and unfortunately it was already down to the final 2 or 3 people that they were in final interviews, you know, that kind of stuff. However, they wanted to go, as most agents do, through the CV and talk about what you want, what you're looking for, that kind of jazz. So that usually starts out as, you know, can you tell me why you left your last job and that kind of thing, and you go through the motions. In my case, I took voluntary redundancy, so you know, you go through the motions and you tell them about that. And then this lovely agency girlie, bless her, said to me, do you still work at Sabbatical? What? Do you still work at Sabbatical? Sabbatical isn't a company, love. That's me taking a break from my career to do something different. Oh, isn't it? No, it's not. You can't make this shit up, folks, can you? She thought Sabbatical was the name of a company that I'd worked for during a certain period of my career. Jesus Christ, these people are out there getting paid to find us work, folks, which they don't do very well. So I just had to tell you about that, because I just couldn't believe how thick some people are, you know, just... Anyway, have a fantastic week, folks. Good to be back and talking beer related things. Enjoy yourselves, have a fantastic week, be well, and if I don't see you in this week's Saturday night broadcast, I will see you on the next Homebrew Wednesday, or a review or two between now and then, because, you know, if I'm back on the beer, folks, I might as well enjoy myself and have a couple, eh? Might as well start working on that shed and emptying it. Yeah. So I'll see you on the next one. Ta-ra, folks. Have a good one.